Hey guys, Noah here. I'm doing something I haven't done before. I'm doing a screen recording on my phone. Um, I've never done this before, so I'm kind of new at this. So yeah. And today for the video, I'm actually doing the Florida Panthers 18-19 season breakdown. I'm just going to review the games that we're playing. To begin with, we have 40 games at the BB&T Center, 40 games on the road, and then we have one game in Finland, one home game in Finland, and one away game in Finland, and then I'll go over that after to equal 82 games. So to start off, oh yeah, I'm not doing preseason in this in in this in this video. So I'm just gonna start off with our first regular season game against the Tampa Bay Lightning. For some odd reason, I don't know why we always play Tampa our first game or like in the first like 2-3 games. I don't know why. Yeah, we've always played them in the first month of this of the season. I'm not so sure about that. But yeah, we're playing them first October 6th in Tampa. And then we go on a, a break. I would say we come back home against Columbus, October 11th for our home opener. And for some odd reason, we're actually having all the games but like 5 or 6 are actually at 7 p.m. So I kind of think that's a little strange. I don't know, because fans have actually had issues with that at being the games at 7, so that could impact our attendance. I'm not sure. Maybe it could not. Maybe it could. Maybe you could help it, but on Twitter, a lot of fans would prefer it to be at 7:30 because of their work schedules and stuff like that. And I'm just being honest, half an hour makes a huge difference. So yeah, we play against Vancouver a couple days later, well, on Saturday. Then we go on a mini road trip, which I don't know. We actually have like a lot of breaks. We have Philadelphia and their Stanley Cup champions, Washington Capitals. Then immediately we come back home against Detroit. Go back on a New York metropolitan area road trip, going to Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Newark. Um, Yeah, and then November, our first 2 games are the Finland games, both at 2 p.m. Well, in Eastern time, um, in the United States. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the reason we're probably playing Winnipeg, and the reason the NHL chose us and Winnipeg because of probably Barkov and Laine, the best Finnish hockey players right now. I guess so. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that'll like spread it internationally. More people would come to the games rather than just like seeing other teams play. I mean, the people there want to see Barkov and Laine. So yeah. And then we go on a homestand. I mean, I don't like really. These are like big breaks. I mean, we have Edmonton Islanders, and then Ottawa. Then we go on a 6 game road trip. We have Philadelphia, Columbus, New York, Ottawa, Tampa, and Carolina. And I don't really know why. Like some games are I mean, and oh yeah, I probably see why because that's what the teams. All right, never mind. Because I was gonna say like blue, black, and red, but yeah. This is honestly, I mean, looks like a slightly tough road trip, but I think we could handle it. And then we go on a huge homestand. We have Chicago, New Jersey. Sorry. We have Chicago, New Jersey, Anaheim, Buffalo, Tampa, Boston, Colorado, and the Rangers. Then we go back on the road, and we're in the month of December, by the way. We're on the road just for 2 games in the Midwest, St. Louis, Minnesota. Then we go back to Toronto. No, I'm sorry. Then we have a game against Toronto in 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 Florida, and then we go on a 4 game road trip: Buffalo, Toronto, Detroit, Chicago, and then of course, I mean, our final homestand games. We have Montreal and Philadelphia, and I kind of think this is a little odd. Usually at the end of the season, we usually play Toronto, Rangers, Canadians, but we're actually I mean, we always play Montreal, but we're all used to, like, seeing, like, we don't really see Philadelphia that much. I mean, and we're actually playing Detroit New Year's Eve, so that's gonna be interesting. And then we're in 2019. We have a game against Buffalo. We always start the new year at Buffalo for some reason. I don't know why. Game against Columbus at home, and then we have a 4 game Canadian road. Well, not Canadian road trip. We're at Pittsburgh. Then we go to Pittsburgh. Then we have a 4 game road trip in Canada: Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, Montreal. Come home against Toronto. Go to Nashville, um, and then we have San Jose. Um, and then this is all Star break. So February 2019, we have a 4 game homestand. We have Nashville, Vegas, St. Louis, Pittsburgh. Go on the road against Washington. Come back home for a big 7 game homestand. Tampa, Dallas, Calgary, Montreal, Buffalo, Carolina, LA. 3 games out west: Colorado, Arizona, Vegas. And then now we're in March already. Mini 2 game homestand: Carolina, Ottawa. Go back on the road: Pittsburgh, Boston. And then 2 game homestand: Minnesota, Detroit. And then we have a 4 game, out west, Midwest: San Jose, LA, Anaheim, California road trip. Then we go play Dallas. Come back home for a couple games: Arizona, Boston. And then we have our final road trip of the season: Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Boston. And these are going to be critical games, all in our division. So I mean, these are very important games. And then to close out the 18-19 regular season, we have Washington, New York, and New Jersey, and New York Islanders. So overall, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think we could make the playoffs, but I mean, like I've been saying last year, if you guys were watching my first couple games last year in the 17-18 season, you guys, like, we were losing these silly games that we were supposed to win. I mean, all these games count, because the thing is, looking at the end of the season last year, we were only down by 1 point. I mean, who knows? Maybe if we made it to overtime, or if we won those extra games, I mean, we could have make the playoffs. I mean, so yeah, I mean, we this is going to be very critical. I could already see it now. March of next year: Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Boston, all teams fighting for playoff spots in our division. I could easily see Toronto and Boston. I'm not really sure about Ottawa and Montreal, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm really excited for this season. There's gonna be a lot to look forward to. 25-year anniversary. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Have a good day.